Information without action is poverty. And I say this because I know a lot of you guys will spend endless hours on YouTube. You'll spend endless hours watching my content, listening to the stuff I preach, listening to the other traders in the world, what they preach as far as philosophies, as far as strategies, routines. None of it matters if you don't use it, if you don't effectively make a change in your life. Now, you probably are saying, no shit. Yet you listen to what we have to say, but then you do the same mistakes every day. Let me tell you what real intelligence is and how to measure it. And when it comes to trading, it is your reaction to an inverse stimuli, right? How many times can you go from being green on the day to overtrading your way to red on the day? The sooner that you can correct that decision, have the discipline, the smarter you are, the more intelligent that you are. Because if you just keep touching the hot stove and you just keep getting burned, fuck, oh man, I hate doing that. Boom, I got burned again. Fuck, why did I do that again? You're not that smart. The quicker that you can learn from your mistakes, the smarter you are, the easier this will be. But you also have to embrace them, because there's never going to be a day where you just stop. There's never going to be a day where you just stop losing, right? That's not going to happen. You will always lose at some point or another. And it's not bad. It's okay to have red days. But have a cutoff. Have a max loss. Have a day where you say, okay, you know, I'm already down this much. I'm not even going to hit my max loss because I can just see the writing on the wall. And I'm approaching a window of bearish opportunities, right? So think about it like this. I operate in a strict window. 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. I know for a fact that if I'm red after 8:30, there's a good chance I'm just red on the day. Because my best quality setups are before that time period, right? You're going to have to ask yourself, do you actually want this? Do you actually want to be successful? And if you do, then you should just focus on consistency. You should care about consistency. You should care about the process. You should not give a shit about the outcome. Red, green on the day, doesn't matter as long as you're following the process. Because when you follow the process, the outcome is the byproduct. There's nothing linear in the market. Nothing. This is going to be funny as hell. There's a quote from Kung Fu Panda, the movie. Your mind is like water, my friend. When it becomes agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear. Keep that with you in your head. That's trading. That is trading. Because when you get emotional, you get on tilt, you take 2 losses, so now you're sizing up heavier. Now you're taking a swing at a B quality at best setup. Oh, guess what happened? You lost. What did you expect? You rushed into it. It was low quality. You sized up trying to revenge trade. You didn't let your mind settle. You tried to trade through the agitation, and it was murky. You need to understand yourself intimately. You need to know yourself deeply. And if you don't, you will never, ever find success with this. Most of you don't operate within the confinement of discipline. Most of you do not know your limits. Most of you do not have rules. Most of you do not have a strategy. If you don't have this thing, you will be a slave for the rest of your life. You will be a slave to the 9 to 5. You'll be a slave to whatever company that you can work for 40 years and get nothing in return, and they don't give a shit when you die. But if you can master these little things and just follow a fucking process, follow a plan, you can make money from anywhere in the world. And I'm not saying that you're going to make money every day. You're not. Market conditions change, so you need to be, adaptable. You need to be able to change. But once again, what did I start out this whole video with? Knowledge without action is poverty. So if you take nothing out of this video and you don't act on it and you don't implement it, you're going to be a poor man. You're never going to see any changes. How many times can you touch the hot stove? How many times can you do it? You need to get rid of all attachment to outcome. I want you to have a longevity mindset with the ability to recognize intraday conditions. Look, I need you to take a step back and realize I'm red today, but that doesn't mean I'm red on the week. And that doesn't mean I'm red on the month. And that doesn't mean I'll be red on the year. And that's fractal as well. You can scale that up. Okay, I'm red on the week, but I'm not red on the month. I'm red on the month, but I'm not red on the year. You see what I'm saying? Consistency is everything. If you're somebody that can carve out time, even if you're in the Discord, which if you're not, hit the link in the description of the video. If you are a VIP member in the Discord and you think it's pointless for me to try to trade alongside you guys with a paper account because I'm not making money, I'm not even making enough money to pay for my 2Swords subscription. It's going to be like an investment, right? You're paying for access to coaching, call out alerts, watch lists, community, someone to back you, because you can't just go talk to anybody on the you can't just go talk to Joe Schmo about this stuff. You're going to be misunderstood. You're going to be looked down on. So the community itself is inherently going to be very important for you. People that show up every day that can relate to you, that have your back, that can help you. Like, if you can just dedicate a month or two to paper trading, treating it like a real account, or if you do want to trade your real money, trade 10 shares a day. Trade 10 shares per trade. Maybe you make a couple bucks per trade or lose a couple bucks, but guess what? You're not going to be emotional because of the sizing. You're going to learn consistency. You're going to see the effect of the compounding. Once you realize, like, there's people out there that they trade and they go, oh, you know, $300 a day, that's fucking nothing. $300 a day? When you can see the compounding effect of 300 times 5 from just sitting at your desk, it's something, okay? So when you see it from a smaller scale, let's say you make $5 a day consistently for a week. At the end of the week, you have $25 that you didn't have. And the only difference between that being $25 that week or $2,500 or $25,000 is relative size, which takes time to scale up to, right? So if you can just focus on that, trade real money very small, so you're not emotional and you can look at it technically, not emotionally, you're going to be a much better trader. You're going to have a much easier journey. You're going to thank yourself. But most of you can't do it. Most of you can't do it. And I know you can't do it because you're too impatient. You're too stuck in, oh, they got you in. They got you in with the rat race. You can't get out, right? You have to buy this item. You have to retire somebody. You can do that. But you cannot do that if all you care about is how you finish on the day. You have to care about how you finish on the month, on the year. That's the important part. And it's not going to be through $3,000 days every day. It's going to be through a couple of red days, but as long as you manage your risk and you have max loss, shouldn't be that bad. It's going to be through $50 winning day. Today I made $89, guys. My account looks no different. $89. It wasn't even a point. It wasn't even 0.05% of my account. But it's green. And guess what? It'll somehow matter. But you guys just can't get over it. You guys can't stop chasing a big day. Why do you care? Why do you care about having a big day when you know for a fact you're just going to give it back? You made $2,000 today? Great. Let's watch you lose $3,000 tomorrow. Because you don't have consistency, because you don't follow a plan, because you don't give a shit. But for the small percentage of you out there that do care, and you can realize this is a fucking marathon, not a sprint, you'll make it. You'll make it. Those of you that journal, those of you that never stop asking questions, those of you that learn, those of you that show up every day, you'll make it. Those of you that don't full port trades, those of you that don't rush, those of you that care about your life, that care about your discipline, care about your sleep, care about your health, you'll make it. And if you're anything else, you don't deserve to make it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the stream.